times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times. My whole thing is leaders anticipate, losers react. If you can anticipate what's coming, you can really take advantage. If you wait till it hits you, you're in trouble. The biggest problem people have is they think they're not supposed to have it. Problems are the fuel for growth. It's like if you don't have any problems, you're either a liar or you might call them challenges. It feels better. I understand that. Anybody who doesn't have problems is either totally asleep at the wheel or they don't have much of any kind of a life. But then there's fulfillment. And fulfillment is living what you're made for. Is that lack of confidence? No, it's a lack of mission. I like winning. I like being the best at what I do. So I'm not going to settle for less than that. Why would I? Michael Jordan making 1,000 shots before you take a break. So you look at Jordan or you look at, LeBron or you look at anybody who's the best in the world at what they do and you go, aren't they lucky? But if you actually study them, you'll see they're doing things, they're practicing in private things that make them certain in public and they get rewarded for what they do in public.
Woo! Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. I'm fired up. There's been so much that is going down right now. And if we're being truthful, that call that we just had was the exact call that I literally want to go ahead and dive into for the week, really getting everybody prepared on the times that we're living in. So much value was just dropped with Neno and AWOL. I love that. I want to go ahead and touch on a little bit of that as well before we go ahead and touch on mine. But as always, how is everybody feeling? How has the week been so far? What are we grateful for coming into the beginning on the week for Taco Tuesday? Let me go ahead and get live on IG, and it's game time, family. We've got a phenomenal topic for everybody today to go ahead and kick this week off with a bang. So let me get live on IG, and it's game time. So many amazing dreams to reality. I cannot wait to get everybody on here. We just dropped JoJo, so if you guys have not had a chance to go ahead and see that, her story is up and it's live. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm so thankful to be able to wake up and do what it is that we love, to be able to impact, to be able to go, to be able to grow, to be able to transform and get 1% better every day. I'm grateful for the lessons. I'm grateful for the trials. I'm grateful for it all because I know all of it is shaping and chiseling us into who it is that we are destined to become. So let's go. Drop some 777s if you guys are feeling blessed, grateful, and abundant today. And let's go ahead and get into it, right? So Neno and AWOL, they were touching on a topic that I am so passionate about, to be honest, right? Getting really detailed and intentional about understanding what's really going on, right? What are the times that we're actually living in, right? I'll never forget it when I started getting introduced to this circle of influence, right? A different angle of being able to look at life, a different perspective of being able to see things through a different lens. Everything started to shift for me. I started to realize that most of the things that we've all been taught our whole lives are actually a facade, right? So many things. I'll give you guys a perfect example, okay? How many have children, okay? And they give them the average diet. I don't know if you guys know this, but what Neno said this morning was so true. We have 40 household items sitting in literally 90% of people's households. And here's the deal. All 40% of these items are banned in different countries. Right? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but half of the brands that we were growing up, that we're so used to growing up eating, are actually infused with a lot of very harmful chemicals. I can name so many brands right now. Anybody that's ever ate Twinkies, anybody that's ever ate Ben & Jerry's ice cream, anybody that's ever eaten Kellogg's cereal, if you guys don't know this or not, when you really start to do your research, I'll actually give you guys a really cool movie to go ahead and actually see what it is that I'm talking about. It's called Thrive, right? And when you start understanding that everybody has an agenda, just as they were talking about, and their agenda is to go ahead and benefit themselves, well, if you actually look at who is behind some of the biggest companies that we use every day, it's families like the Rothschilds family, right? Some of the biggest, wealthiest families behind all of the prescription drugs that we all take on a daily basis. Yeah, they're behind that. And the deal with their agenda is it's business oriented. So what that means is the people, us, are not directly in the favor of them doing the best they can do for all of us. Corn syrup is not allowed in the country, right? Yellow 5, all of the food coloring that's in every single candy that we eat, guess what? Most of that is banned in Europe, right? Skittles, I don't know if you guys know this or not, all of the things that's in Skittles and Reese's is banned in other countries, okay? You guys see me drink this Kangen water every day. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when my sister passed away from cancer at 28 years old, right? I started asking myself a lot of questions. How can somebody be so healthy, literally auditioned to go be a Denver Broncos cheerleader, and literally out of nowhere gets cancer and passes? That started to arise a lot of questions for me. And I started to get really curious about what is going on. Everybody talks about what is that we eat. Very few people even talk about what is that we drink. So believe it or not, everything that we consume is either alkaline or it's acidic. You see, anything that is acidic is more prone to disease, cancer, and illnesses, right? And that's almost everything that we all eat on a daily basis. Half the things that we drink that's in a bottle, plastic, okay? Half of the deodorant that we use has metal in it. All the toothpaste that we all consume most of the time has fluoride. Anything that's in a package is acidic. Anything that goes in the microwave is acidic. So guess what all of that leads to at a slow rate? It all leads to cancer, diseases, and illnesses. Because if you look at the word dis-ease, all it is, if you break that word in two, is dis-ease. When the body's at dis-ease for too long, it creates disease. So there's a reason why we're so passionate about talking about all of these different areas, because they all play a role. You see, we can't operate like a Ferrari if we're eating fuel that's not going to allow us to go ahead and perform at our highest potential. So I understood years ago that if we don't invest in our health now, if we don't invest in this knowledge now, I'm telling you, we're going to be paying for it 10 times, 100x down the line. The stuff is real. So this is a topic, to be honest, I even back in 2016, 2017, I was looking at crypto. I started to see that the world that we were taught to live in is not true, right? In college, we never really learned how money's really worked, how money's truly printed, that they can just go ahead and create and print all of this money and raise inflation and change all of these percentages strictly by just printing essentially nothing. So when I started understanding the power of crypto, when I started understanding that the government has an agenda, and for most of them, they don't want the average person like you and I to succeed. They don't want the average person like you and I to truly think. And if I were to give you guys another audio to really go ahead and wake yourselves up, that changed my whole life. It's called Outwitting the Devil. Okay? And what you're going to realize in here is so many things, like, once again, on how we've been programmed to not think for ourselves, to be consumed by everything that's going on externally, and not be able to sit down and really have a vision. Why do you think whenever you turn on the news, it's something negative? It's a killing. It's something that's going wrong. Because when you understand human psychology, when there's fear in the mind, it's hard to think. It's hard to be creative. It's hard to have an imagination. This is why they want to take people away from thinking. So this is real stuff. So here's the deal, right? Here's the topic that I want to go ahead and get into today, and why I'm so passionate, why I'm still going 5-6 years later, no matter what really happened inside of my life, because I know this is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than all of us. And when you have something to live for that's bigger than you, that's when life truly gets abundant. So today, I want to go ahead and break down the 3 types of people, because you're going to notice along this journey of entrepreneurship, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be trials, there's going to be things that the world, the news, externally all tries to pour down on us. But when you have a vision, when we know who we are and we know where it is that we're going, life starts to go ahead and open up. So I want to actually paint to you guys the 3 types of people that I've been able to notice in my past 5+ years of entrepreneurship. So this is something that I would go back and tell my 21, 22-year-old self first getting started is to be able to understand this key right here. So you guys ready? Let's go ahead and get into it. Here's my training for today. The first type of person, okay, is going to be known as, and if I want you guys to think about a tree. You guys see these big trees behind me? This is going to be your visual for today. Perfect example, so you guys can actually see it behind me. Here's the first. The first type of person is going to be what I like to call the leaf people, okay? Leaf people, you guys can see all these leaves behind me, is just like what it looks like. You see, a leaf person is somebody who comes into your life just for a season. You can't depend on them because most of the time they're weak and they only come to take what it is that they want. And a lot of the time when the wind blows, guess what? They, just like a leaf, they leave. So when I started to understand this, I realized that most of the people that I had around me were leaves in my life. When I was getting out of college, all the people that I thought were so-called friends, all the people that I thought so-called had my back, in reality, they were leaves, right? We were athletes, we were teammates, we were best friends in college. But when life started to hit, when things started to hit the fan, there was nobody to really be found, right? Everybody was telling me I was a scam. Nobody could believe what I was doing. Everybody was telling me I was wasting my time. Most people in my life, when things started to really get serious, left like a leaf, right? So you got to understand this. There's a lot of leaf people in all of our lives. Drop some twos down below if you guys have ever had any leaf-like people inside of your life, okay? Because I'm here to tell you right now, this is a big part of life. This is a huge part of entrepreneurship. And if you can know this, it's going to allow us to really get prepared, right? Here's number two. Number two is going to be the branch people, okay? The branch people in life, just like a branch is strong, right? Branches can be pretty sturdy. They can hold a decent amount. But here's what you need to be careful with, okay? Branches also can break. You see, when life becomes tough, they can't handle a lot of weights. So they may stay with you for some seasons, but a lot of times when it gets hard, they tend to break. Okay? Even for myself, I've had branches inside of my life. I've had people that I've been able to travel with. I've had people that have been able to go ahead and sleep on couches with and invest a lot of money back into. But here's the deal. When sun season happened, when life hit, when there was winters that seemed like the winter was just keep going, the branches seemed to snap. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, you're going to realize this is just a part of the game. This is a part of the journey. This is a part of life. But understand there's a third type of person. Okay. And when you find this, it's rare to find, but it's a beautiful thing. You ready? Here's the third type of person in your life. This is the bottom. So as we went through the tree, you guys can see we touched on the leaves. We touched on the branches, right? That can be pretty strong, but they still break during certain seasons, right? You know what's funny? Some of these trees are still standing, and we just had one of the biggest hurricanes that just hit Florida in the past 100 years. Why do you think it is that some of these trees behind me are still standing? This leads to the third type of person. This is called your root people, right? I told you your root people are very special individuals inside of your life, okay? You're going to have a handful of root people as we go throughout this journey. Now, your root people, these are the ones that are very important because they do things not even to be seen. They do things behind the scenes that maybe a lot of people might not even know how much help that you're actually really doing for each other, right? They do things, they give with no expectation. They're supportive no matter what season is going on in life, even if the most difficult times are present. And they're still going to water you, and they're still going to love you. And they're not moved by your position no matter what's going on in their life because they know who you are, they know how pure you are, and they know what's truly there inside. It's not all people you meet like this that are going to be your root people that actually stay with you. But here's what I can tell you. Your root individuals will stay with you through any season, no matter what's going on in life, right? It's so funny. Like me and Chino, we started this whole thing inside of a garage with so much negativity, with so many people telling us this is never going to work. I'll never forget it. night after night. His mom would come in and she would scream at us in Vietnamese. I had no idea what she was saying, but I knew she wasn't happy. And Chino would just be like, yo, don't worry about it, bro. Just give it some time. Let's just keep pushing. Let's just keep growing because I know our time is coming. It's inevitable. So these were lessons that had to be learned along the way. So understand there's 3 types of people in all of our lives. We have leaves, we have branches, and we have the roots. And when you find the roots, those individuals are going to stay with you through any storm. And I'm telling you right now, it is a very special thing because here's what I've noticed. We're going to make more impacts, more momentum, more income most of the time with people that we don't know than people that we actually do know. You see, the people I grew up with for a lot of my life were actually leaves. We're actually branches. You know what's really funny? The people that I met through social media, the people that I never knew before, ended up becoming some of my roots. So it just goes to show you never know how much one DM, one phone call, one follow, one message, one event, one meeting can actually do, not just for yourself, for that other person, but for the families and for the people that are connected to both of you. So I'm blessed and grateful for it all. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is a training that with with everything that's going on is so needed, because I need you guys to understand, not a lot of people in this time, 95% of people are not going to see the vision that we have. So many people are fearful. So many people are afraid. So many people are scared of what's going on. But to be able to have the confidence, to be able to have the conviction, to be able to know and have the vision that we're with the right people, right place, right time, and we're attracting abundance, we're attracting blessings into our life by the person that we're developing, just know everything is working out in our favor. So, fam, if you got a little bit of value from that today, go ahead and drop some 3s down below. Smash that like button. And if you guys are excited, if you guys are fired up, if you're ready to go ahead and take advantage of the times that we're living in, if you're excited to go ahead and make this time a time to remember, just know that we're the ones to go ahead and make it happen. We are the ones to break general curses. If nobody told you today, I love you. I appreciate you, family. I'm so proud and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for making the decision to invest in yourself and to go after the highest version that is deep inside all along. I'm right there with you, family, the whole way. So it's your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything that we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, family. Stay tuned for the next guest on Dreams to Reality. Shoot me a DM if you guys are ready to go ahead and get featured. I cannot wait to have you all on there. Dream Team, let's grow. It's game time. Let's get to work.